Hi, you guys. So the last video that I shared, I talked about the drowning incident when I was 5 years old and how I was under the water long enough to where I had an out-of-body experience. I was actually watching myself die. And that's when I had these strong arms wrap around me and throw me up above the water. But I didn't see anybody around me to do that. I thought it was my dad, but he was actually running from the beach to come to get me. So it wasn't him. When I got back home from vacation, I was laying in my bed and my dad came in, gave me a hug, told me goodnight, and walked out of my room. In that hug that he gave me, it felt really familiar. It felt like similar to what I felt when I was being lifted up out of the water. So I said, well, if it wasn't Dad that lifted me out of the water and saved me, who was it? Maybe it was that God Dad that I keep hearing about, that you can't see, that's invisible. And I said, well, if it was him, I want to see him. I want to meet him. So before I went to sleep, I imagined that I was looking for him, that I went looking for him. And I came across this cabin. So I walk into this cabin, and there he is, sitting at this table. And there's like blocks of wood next to him, and he's taking a piece of wood and he's carving me like these little animals to play with. So he'd give me a little animal and I would like sit there and look at it and admire it. And so I had given him a face and a voice to talk back and forth with me in my imagination. And it was so vivid, so real, that I started to do it every night before I would go to sleep. And that's why I'm making these videos, because there was some very profound conversations that took place. Now that I'm an adult and I'm looking back on it. And I wanted to share some of the things that happened between him and I, especially at that young age, at the age of 5. So thank you for sharing and listening. And I'm looking forward to doing this with you. Thanks.